I had this idea that it would be such fun for our camps to have toy horses around to play with. They are also called hobby horses and are basically horse heads on a broomstick. I was working with a great group of children in summer who were here on a school programme and ever so keen to make a hobby horse. And who else but Tim would I ask to come on board and help us make a small herd?
So, this is a picture of a...
It's chart.
Chart? No,
of the horse's head.
Oh, horse's head. Great, that's it. This is a horse's head. Now this computer, I did the drawing and then I put it into this program on this computer. The computer's in here.
Oh, where's the computer? Tim has this brilliant CNC machine which comes in handy when you want to cut out a shape in a neat way over and over again. CNC stands for Computer Numerical Control, so you give the machine a digitized version of a design and the machine will produce this pattern for you out of wood or metal.
Hang on.
Nothing happens.
That's
there you go.
Quite good. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? Mind your fingers, mind your toes, everything.
Don't touch anything.
You see, I can make that thing move forwards, backwards, and side to side, and up,
perform a little
and
dance.
Down. And the computer can do the same thing. And the computer says, okay, I want you to go round there, up and down.
It's remote control.
It's remote controlled, indeed. It's controlled by the computer.
Of course, first Tim had to put in the time to design the shape on his computer and turn it into a file that the CNC machine can read. Tim has a router attached to his CNC machine. We are using MDF board, which stands for medium density fibre board. It is dense, sturdy material, but the router can still cut through it with ease. The machine is also attached to a dust extractor, as cutting through MDF board can be a dusty business.
Well, I hope it's finished. I'm going to move this out of the way now.
Aww.
And then we'll see if it's still... Okay.
Wow!
Okay, so this hole just marks where the eye is going to be. And these holes will be made bigger so you can put the mane on. And this hole is for attaching the handle, and then there's also going to be a long pole, isn't there? Because we're making a hobby horse. But at the moment, this is all too fluffy, so I'm going to use this machine.
How is that?
An edge trimmer.
Edge trimmer?
It's a router, really. It's got a little blade that spins very, very fast. And I'm just going to move this against this, and it should just take a little corner off called a chamfer. And I'm going to go all the way around, and it's going to look a bit different in a minute.
The edges on the horse head are quite rough, so Tim uses an edge trimmer to make the edges nice and smooth.
Noisy or what? Wow. But isn't that better?
Oh, wow,
so smooth. So smooth.
Tim had pre-drilled tiny holes along the horse's neck to mark out where we will attach some sort of mane at a later stage. And he uses his big stand drill to make those holes a bit bigger. The MDF board can get a bit flaky, so no harm to use a pocket knife to cut smoothly around the edges of the drill hole to make it neater. We are very lucky to have Tim and his wonderful machines on board for this project, but they are quite dangerous. That's why so far we've only watched him, but now we get to put a first undercoat of paint on our horse heads. While we are painting and the undercoat is drying, Tim prepares the broomsticks for us, which we want to use as the body of the horse and which will be attached to the horse's head. He cuts small slots into the broomstick end so that the broomsticks can slide onto the horse heads. But before we attach the broomsticks, we drill another hole into the horse head for the handles.
We need to drill a hole here for the handles, and also we need to attach a long, I don't know what that bit's called, the body pole. You can put this in here and drill halfway through. And
That's for the handle, is it?
This is for the handles, yeah. And if I go like this,
wow, that's so exciting. It's so cool, Tim.
okay, now.
And we all bang away with the hammer to the background noise of motivating sound effects.
Okay, whack it.
Going in.
There you go. This one is
A bit of glue will fix the handle into place.
And here's the body. And we connect them by putting this on here, but we're going to put a bit of glue in there first.
Same with the broomstick.
And tap it right down so that it won't go any further. It's a bit like a hammer, alright. Now, I'm not quite sure what angle. You see, this is the tricky bit. Should it be like that? Or should it be more upright or less upright? Anybody, any thoughts? Is that perfect? These holes are for screws, so it doesn't get wobbly. And you have to use just the particular size screws that I'm going to show you, okay? In this pot here, they're all different, but in this pot is the right length.
Some glue will hold it all together, but we also put some screws in, just to make sure it'll all stay in place.
If you can get that pushed down with it, that's it. And keep going on.
Yeah.
Is that the way, Tim? Tim, is this right?
I think that's absolutely right, yeah. Just knock it all the way down now, yeah. Good.
Oh, we got it.
Well, go on, just a little bit, a couple more turns, because it's a bit sort of closer to the
Want me to hold it for you? No, I'm
this
fine.
one.
You sure?
Great. Well done. Push. No, wrong way. That's it. Yeah. Push down and turn.
And then we are ready to give each horse their individual look.
One side,
Are you taking, do you have a model for this horse?
Me?
Like, yeah?
Henry.
Henry.
Dolly.
Very good. Dolly. Haha.
Three brown horses.
There we go. Yes, Henry.
Got it on my clothes.
Oopsie.
It's a black horse wearing a yellow mask.
Yeah.
With a beard.
With a beard, just like Henry.
Yeah. No, he has a mustache. He doesn't have a beard.
No, I suppose.
For the mane, we use either real horsehair, thank you Henry, or bits cut off from a mop. I suppose you can also use wool or strips of felt.
Oh, Mikey, well done.
Creativity has no boundaries at this stage. You can also add a bridle made of fabric, googly eyes, beads, ribbons, anything to make your horse the prettiest in the stable. And all that's left then is to mount up and take those horses for a spin. Thanks to Eva for providing the music.
Jump. Well done. Beautiful jump. That's a good jumping pony there. Very agile around the barrows. Oh, very good. Very obedient little pony that is, isn't she? Very good bond between rider and pony. It's just trust is everything with this kind of obedience course, isn't it?
And I was right. We are having so much fun so far with our herd of hobby horses. Let me know if you'd be interested in buying the head cutouts, and I'll ask Tim what they'd cost.